everybody.
Hey everyone.
It's Haley with Angie and Haley
Haley
Present. And just look who it is. It's Angie too.
Ta-da! Ta-da, ta-da, ta-da.
So today, we are going to be answering your questions. A couple days ago, I posted on social media that we wanted to hear from you and hear your questions for us because we've been getting so many. We probably didn't even have to search for the questions. So we wanted to answer them for you. So we picked 10.
So, the first question is from Kim K. Thank you, Kim, for writing in with your question. Excellent questions, everybody, by the way.
Yes.
When it comes to heated disagreements / arguments / fights, is it difficult to move past the emotional pain of the moment to provide care, or in Haley's case, ask for help? I'm going to say yes. Yes, it is. The scenario you wrote in your question is, it's similar. I mean, we don't really purposely hurt each other or, provoke each other, but we are a typical couple. We have our disagreements, we have our arguments.
We have our moods.
And
our time of the month.
And our we're just going to stop right there. No. So, yeah, it is difficult to set that aside when she needs care. But I just have to remind myself, within myself, that, we can, I need to put my game face on now. I need to, watch what I'm doing and be present in the moment and be mindful so I can care for her safely and effectively. I guess it's hard to make it so she doesn't feel my energy when I'm caring for her. And I think any caregiver will tell you that it's so important to leave your emotions and your negative vibes out of it when you're caring for someone, because they don't want to deal with that when they're just trying to have their basic needs met. It is tough being someone's spouse and caring for them and keeping it separate when you're giving the care. But we love each other dearly, and when we feel like we've hurt each other or stepped on toes, we usually talk it out. And it's never hard for me to care for her because she has a disability. Taking care of her physically is a piece of cake, and that's not the issue. It's when we have our spousal disagreements, and then you have to put that down, put that aside to provide the care without making her feel stressed out. And she also wants to be able to ask for help without making me feel stressed out.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a fine balance.
And
it really is.
The thing for me to help me with that is when I know she's in a bad place emotionally or in a place where she needs space, I give it to her because that's what I need in that moment too. So I don't get overwhelmed or upset or start overthinking, why is she upset? What happened? What did I do? Because I have been known to go to that place in my mind and self-blame.
Yeah.
But I can't do that anymore because she's told me numerous times, it's not you, I just need a minute, or I'm feeling whatever she's feeling. She'll try to tell me it's nothing about you. Please don't take this in. But I still need to separate and give myself space from it because, sometimes the energy can be very present. And I need to give myself some space from it. And it's nothing against her.
Right.
I feel bad for her. I want to help her, honestly. And it's hard that I can't take it away. But also, I can't take it in because then I'll get stressed.
And that's something we've both learned, is that we we can't take everything in. You just gotta know what to let ride. You gotta know what to let roll.
This next question I got from Instagram. This is a user named Ponku _PONKUU_. And they ask, what's the most challenging aspects about both of your lives before and after you met? I would say caregivers, having caregivers live in, and unsure of my romantic future because my last relationship did not go well. So I was leery about if I had a romantic future or not with someone else. And now my most challenging aspect of my life is the inability to travel as often as I used to because we don't have a third person with us all the time. It makes traveling more difficult without a third person. So.
And for me, before we met, my toughest thing was I wasn't feeling good about myself, and I was feeling lonely, and I never thought I would find like a genuine person who genuinely cared about me in that way, or who I could connect with, or who they connected with me. So I finally found that person. After we met, the most difficult thing, which is really not that difficult, but if I have to say the most difficult thing, it would be adjusting to having other people live in my home. Even though I grew up with 3 brothers in a smaller home and my mom, but this is a little different situation as an adult, to have people living in your home, in your space, but
and they're all women.
And they're women, and that's an adjustment for me too, because I'm used to being around a lot of guys. But really deep down it hasn't been that bad, but it has been an adjustment. So. Okay,
cool. Do you have another question you want to answer?
Yeah. Where did I put my phone? Oh dear. Some bitch. Okay. Oh, here's one from one of our subscribers, Clubfoot Mama. She asks, what are your favorite things to do together? Favorite places to go? How often do you guys get to travel? Our favorite things to do together, I know we've answered this in other videos, so I'm going to try to keep it short. We like to go out to eat. Haley's a foodie and she likes to try new restaurants and new things. So we like to go out to eat. We walk the dog together when the weather's nice. When the weather's not nice, it's just me and the dog. How often do we get to travel? Not too often, because we always, it just depends on which caregiver can go with us and who has the availability and whatnot.
People might want to know, why can't we travel alone? Just you and I.
We can't really fly alone because traveling via airplane is a little tricky, so we definitely need a third person for that. Traveling by car is okay, but traffic is getting kind of scary these days, and I don't always like to drive, to be honest with you, especially when you have precious cargo and you have to drive so carefully, and everybody else on the road is not driving so carefully, so it can be very stressful and nerve-wracking.
She has anxiety traveling as it is by herself.
Yeah.
So when she has another person that she has to kind of keep track of, it's a little bit overwhelming for her. Not that she can't take care of me, because she can, but I don't like putting her in those uncomfortable circumstances.
There's a lot at stake, so we try to stay safe as much as possible.
Okay, this question is from also Instagram, and the question is from am I pronouncing this right? Shannon, Shanawm. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that wrong. But they ask, what are some of your favorite dates that you've been on together? We've gone on a lot of dates. Typically, it's just going out to dinner. But I would say the 2 dates that stick out in my mind are more of like, they're like extended dates. It's like a mini vacation. So the first one was when we went to the casino close by ourselves for the first time for my birthday. That was pretty amazing.
That was so fun.
Yeah, it was just us, and someone watched Adam for us, and I think there was champagne waiting for us in the room. And that was really cool. We gambled, and did we eat dinner there?
Yeah, we did. We did have dinner there.
So that was just a fun time, just her and I. And then the other time was when we went camping for the first time, or it was my first time camping at all. And it was with her, and we were alone. And that was really amazing.
That was very romantic.
It was so fun.
That was great.
And we went to this like diner, like ice cream place.
It was like a 50s
like,
style.
Right out of the movies.
Yeah.
And they had like the best burgers in the whole world. And Angie like was starving that night. You want to tell them?
I don't remember why I was starving, but I was starving. I think it's because there was so much going on and I didn't really stop to eat that much.
Yeah, you were driving.
I was driving, and having anxiety really it takes it all out of you.
It does.
Plus getting the camp set up, taking, and so I didn't eat and nourish myself or hydrate myself. So I was like starving and parched. So she encouraged, how many hamburgers did I have?
You had 2.
I had 2, but they were very good hamburgers. And then we had a slice of pie.
Yeah, chocolate cream pie.
Was so good.
It was so good. And then that night I got her to watch 50 Shades of Grey with me for the first time. And she's not a fan of those books.
Nope,
At all.
Not a fan of the whole premise of it. But I watched it for her because it's one of her favorite movies, and it was actually really romantic watching it with her.
And she kept telling me to turn the volume down.
Well, because the yurt walls were like super thin, and there were kids in the camping area, so I'm like, shh, turn it down. I can lip read, just turn it down.
So that was really amazing. So those are my favorite memorable dates. How about you?
The same.
You can't pick the same.
No, the same. Those were our most memorable dates. Okay, I'll say one time we went to get In-N-Out to eat. This was just like a real quick lunch date, and we had our dog with us, and none of the parks around here allow dogs, which I think is really stupid. But so we stopped. There's a truck stop off the side of the highway where we were, and so we stopped at the truck stop and we ate our picnic In-N-Out lunch, and Adam was with us, and
it was just really nice. It was
super cheesy, but we had a good time.
Yeah, and it was pretty mellow, but it was really hot that day.
It was.
I remember.
Well, we had shade.
Yeah, it was still humid. So that was a good choice.
Yeah.
So before we start, I just want to say that we had to film the second part of the video at a different time. That's why we're wearing different clothes. Yeah, so apologies for that. And if you're wondering, that's why.
Apology accepted. Just kidding.
Angie, continue from where you were last.
Okay. Adam may or may not join us in this video.
We'll
Good
just
boy.
see.
Good boy. He's afraid of the equipment, but I think he's getting used to it. Yeah, good boy. You can stay in the video. That's okay. No. I wanted to answer one of our subscribers' questions. This one is from Tina Fair. Forgive me if I said that wrong. Tina Fair. Also, you both have talked about mental health at various points. I'm curious what natural remedies you've found, if any, that work. Angie made a great video about kratom, but I'm curious if there's anything else that works besides the obvious love and acceptance you two have for each other. Thank you.
Thank you, Tina Fur.
So I just wanted to mention one thing since I made that video about kratom is you have to be very careful with kratom. A lot of studies are coming out where it's not so good for the health. People are getting sick and dying. So if you do decide to use kratom, use extreme caution and just do a tiny dose. I'm sure there are people out there that are going to be like, oh, you know, kratom's safe, don't listen to what the studies are saying. But I'm just saying from my own experience, I did experience some negative effects, nothing too serious, but I cut way back before because I didn't want anything horrible to happen. So.
But you still use it, right?
Tiny bits every once in a while, yeah. So like just a tiny sprinkle in a whole glass of orange juice, and I do that once a week?
Yeah.
So
if that.
Not nearly as much as I was doing because I was having adverse side effects, hot and cold flashes, mental lapses, I guess you could say, forgetfulness. So it gets kind of freaky. So just be careful. Another thing that I found works for my mental health and my moods is art therapy. I've been doing art therapy lately, and in all my life, that's been the most helpful thing, one of the most helpful things. Also meditation. I meditate a lot. Just taking time out and focusing on breathing, slow breathing in and out. What about you?
I don't struggle with depression, but I do struggle with anxiety pretty much daily. So I don't put myself in situations that will enhance my anxiety. If I'm feeling low energy or tired or like I need to just, recharge, I listen to my body and I allow myself that time to do it. Also, I make sure I get a lot of sleep at night. Sleep definitely helps me. And I do use medical grade cannabis basically every night. And it really has helped me a lot. I feel calmer. I feel like I'm less in my head when I use it, because when I don't use it, I'm constantly thinking about what I have to do next. Thinking about something that hasn't even happened yet. And I'm trying to not do that because, like any of us, we don't have tomorrow. We only have right now. So we need to be present and focus on what's happening now. And cannabis does help me to not fast forward my life. Also, music. Music is therapy to me. And at night, I like to listen to more quieter, calming music. And that seems to help me a lot. So those are my remedies.
Music is a great one. And also one thing that helps me too is to really remember within myself remember within yourself that you are good enough and that you are fine just the way you are. And you don't have to be better for anyone or fit inside anybody's box. Just be who you are, because you're amazing the way you are. So don't listen to what anybody else says.
Don't listen to what society says.
Yes, don't let anybody slap a label on you just because you think differently or whatever. But as far as lifting the mood, the things that we mentioned we found work really great. So
This is from SK_SKKK_SK. And that is, do you have a dream you want to realize? I think my dream is to grow our channel. I mean, it has grown immensely in the last 2 months, but a dream is to grow it to the point where other YouTubers will want to collab with us and open up other possibilities for us. So that is my dream. But so far, all my dreams have come true. So, oh, and also, this is not pertaining to Angie and Haley present, but another dream of mine is I would love to meet Katy Perry again.
yes, she would.
And get her autograph this time. So those are my 2 dreams. What are yours, babe?
I want to make enough money to support myself and my wife. I don't need a whole lot of money. I don't really like money. I'm not really a materialistic person. But to be able to stay afloat would be great. And then, so to help others as much as I can. And I want to see more peace on earth and people to just be more kind to one another. Way more kind than what we see nowadays. So that's all I can think of right now. I want to travel. I do want to travel before I kick the bucket. I want to go to Germany, Ireland, Australia, New Zealand, probably Hawaii again, probably Mexico again. Just everywhere I can go and explore and have fun. I want to go.
See, your answers were way more wholesome than mine. I feel like mine were empty.
No,
Empty dreams. Yours
they're
are like
not.
about helping others.
Meeting Katy Perry is not empty. Tell her, you guys. Tell her her dreams are amazing. And I know you will see them come true.
Thank you. And I hope the same things that Angie wants for the world.
Of course.
Is, peace, kindness, and the tragedies that are happening in the world to stop.
Yeah, that's what I want first and foremost. Okay, our next question is from one of our YouTube subscribers, Courtney Shane. Courtney says, have you ever tried swimming together? I was curious if you could do this after watching you bowling. As far as activities go, which ones can you do that you really love?
I don't want to get a lot of shame or criticism for this, okay? But I don't really enjoy swimming. Just gonna put it out there once and for all. I really just don't like it that much. It's not that I have never gone swimming. I have, but I have to go with assistance. Someone has to hold me in the water. I have tried those bathing suits that have the spaces in them to put the styrofoam like floats in there so I could float. But it didn't really work out too well. I don't like feeling helpless in the water. It's a scary feeling for me. I know it's probably healthful and beneficial, good exercise. Trust me, I've heard it all. But I just don't really enjoy it.
Because you really can't keep yourself afloat. Like, typical people you can just relax if you know how to swim in your experience. You can just relax and float. Well, she can't. someone basically has to hold her up in the water. And while that would be good exercise using all the muscles trying to stay afloat, she really can never probably swim on her own. So
it's just not something I enjoy doing. Angie loves the water.
I'm a
She
fish.
loves the beach. She loves the ocean. All of it.
I grew up summers at my grandparents' lake house. So, yeah, I'm a mermaid, basically. I love swimming.
So I wish that was something we could enjoy together. Activities that we do enjoy together are we love going on walks with our dog. And we like to go to the park together, take Adam with us. What else do we like to do? That's like outdoors. I think that's what they mean.
Oh, outdoors?
Yeah, I think.
So driving.
Walking Adam.
You'll hang out with me sometimes when I swim, when I go to the pool. You hang out and like take pictures and play on your phone and just chill out.
Yep. We also have played Nintendo together.
Yes.
That's an activity we enjoy to do together.
Haley,
I can kick her butt at Wii bowling.
Yeah, Haley's really great at Nintendo. Me, not so much. Old style Nintendo, like Nintendo Wii, and then like the original Super Nintendo.
Yeah, that's my jam.
We're old. I think I was like 8 or 9 when the first Nintendo came out, like the very first Nintendo.
And we love singing together. We do karaoke.
Yes.
We do online karaoke. And that's actually an activity that we used to do together when we lived in separate states. I would do a song and then she would duet it with me, or vice versa.
And we still do that sometimes.
Yeah, we still do it and we love it.
From Carolina Ferreira, says, do you speak any other languages and do you know the Azores? I speak German and I started to learn Spanish a little bit. And Haley knows a little bit more Spanish than I do.
Un poquito.
But I think that's about it. I want to learn more languages. I really do.
Angie loves learning. She's like a sponge.
I love to learn.
Her brain is like a sponge.
I love to read. And if I had all the time in the whole wide universe, I'd be learning Italian. I'd be learning Spanish. I'd be learning... I'd be continually learning German.
Dankeschön.
Bitte.
I have one more question.
Eine andere Frage?
See?
Go ahead.
I don't like to answer that question though. I don't really remember much Spanish that I learned in high school and college. It's been 11 years since I graduated from college, and it's been like 15 years, no, more than that, 16 years since I graduated from high school. And so if you don't use the language, you lose it.
That's true.
So...
But you'd be surprised at how quick it comes back if you do start to use it again.
Best memories, experiences you've had before you met and after meeting each other. And my experiences that were my favorite before I knew Angie were graduating from college, and actually just the whole college experience, and carrying the Olympic torch in 2002. What about you?
For me, before we met, let's see. My favorite experiences were like going and exploring places with my mom and also with my grandparents. I remember one time my grandparents took us, me and my brothers, hiking. And that was always really fun, going places like that with them. And my mom used to take us places too, like the zoo or down to the waterfront, just exploring and going places and seeing the sights. That was probably my favorite thing. Also, when I was baptized.
Oh, and the best memory of mine since I've known Angie was our wedding day and meeting Katie. Because we did both of those things together.
Yes.
Obviously, we got married together.
And my best things since we got married was our wedding and our reception, which we had 6 months apart from each other. Meeting Katie, how can you say meeting Katie wasn't the best thing ever? Because it was.
That was one of your best memories?
Of course.
Aww.
You got to meet one of your most favorite celebrity. And she hopes to meet her again.
Yes.
No, but Katie was awesome. And then finally graduating from a 4-year college and getting my bachelor's degree was also a great moment after I met Haley.
I'm so proud of you, babe.
Thank you.
All right, well, we really, really appreciate your questions. We love all of your comments that you leave us, all of your kind words. I know we've said this before, but they mean everything to us. I wake up every day just looking for comments. Though I know I'm admitting it. Just waking up and seeing new comments on our YouTube comment section is everything. It's amazing. It lifts me up. It makes me feel really good, really proud of myself, like I'm helping somebody else. And so I want to thank all of you from the bottom of my heart. We are so appreciative. What about you?
Thank you so much. Yeah, what she said. Thank you for engaging and asking those questions. And no question is stupid. They're all wonderful questions, unless someone is purposely trying to be negative or snarky, which on our channel we try to be positive and uplifting. So that's our main thing. And
that's, not to interrupt you.
Well, I wanted to say one more thing. One of the biggest questions we've gotten asked the most is, are we going to have kids? No. Hashtag no. We don't want kids. So, yes. That is our answer. Final answer.
And another question that we didn't answer from somebody was, what are our political views? And we really don't want to go there on this channel, talk about politics. We want to keep this channel lighthearted and not really get it to the point where it could get heavy or
heated.
You know, that's not what we're about. It's not that we don't care about the issues going on in the world. We do.
We do. We really do. But this channel is not the outlet for that.
No.
Because deep down, I really do believe that if it weren't for politics, that we would all find that we have more in common with each other than not. And we have to focus on helping each other and being kind to one another instead of what does the other person believe. Because deep down, you probably have way more in common with the person you think is your enemy than not. So, yeah, we're keeping this positive and happy and light.
Very well stated.
Thanks.
Yes. All right, so this is Angie and Haley with Angie and Haley Present. Signing out. Peace and love. Bye.